Today we have an opportunity to bear our minds to the President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, who set up a committee to look into the insurgent activities, particularly in the north. But I believe that committee should also look at other criminal activities happening in other parts of the country. But this is the first step. Let's stabilize Northeast in particular, and then move to other places. I remember in this very hall, when President Goodluck Jonathan was campaigning, he requested to see the Muslim leaders under Jamaat Nusrat Islam. It was in this very hall we listened to what he wanted to see us for. And we gave him our agenda, the Muslim agenda. This is what we want from him. Now, whether he has done what we wanted from him or not is a different thing altogether, because we have not really sat down to articulate such positions because of the so many insecurity problems that came up. It's high time for us, either at this forum or any other, let's evaluate the position of Islam and Muslim in this country. Have we been treated fairly or not? If we have not been treated fairly, then we wake up and say, oh, look, put it down. This is what we want as Muslims in this country, and nothing more.
The Sultan of Sokoto, Saad Abubakar III, speaking of the expectations ahead of the 2015 elections. The Speaker of the House of Representatives, Aminu Tambuwal, is promising that the House will toughen the law against domestic violence and gender discrimination. The Speaker believes that the move would help bridge all gender gaps, encouraging discrimination and promote gender equality and as recognized by the Nigerian Constitution. The Speaker announced this move at the 3rd National Women in Parliament Summit in Abuja.
Outside of politics, the fight against terrorism has not abated as it claimed the lives of 50 Boko Haram suspects over the weekend in Maiduguri, the Borno state capital. Reports say the joint task force killed the suspected terrorists in Zabarmari ward of Jere local government area. 3 suspected terrorists on their way to Jigawa state were also arrested at the Borno Express Motor Park on Saturday by volunteer youths, also known as civilian JTF. Reports say the JTF received an intelligence report that the Boko Haram had regrouped and were hiding in Zabarmari ward, which led to the JTF team storming their hideout. Noticing their presence, the insurgents started shooting, but the JTF troops repelled the attack, killing 10 of them and leaving their corpses. The next day, the JTF stormed the same hideout to find them burying their dead. As they were spotted, the insurgents opened fire on the soldiers and a gunfight began, leading to the death of more than 40 Boko Haram suspects. Still to come on News Track, and more on security, police foil an attempted bank robbery in Asaba, the Delta State capital.
Do stay with us for details.
From one nation to another, there must be a meeting point. Their ideas may be different, but they must work to agree on what's best for the people. Diplomatic Channel untangles the discussions to bring out what's really important. Because it is our world, and it's our right to know how their decisions affect us.
Welcome back. All our top stories and other programs can be found on our website, channelstv.com, and on youtube.com/channelsweb.
And if you're on the go, you can visit m.channelstv.com to view us live on an iPad, iPhone, or BlackBerry. Also, download the Channels TV app for Android and Nokia 920 devices from the respective stores. A potential bank robbery was foiled by men of the Delta State Police Command in Asaba, the state capital, yesterday. The Delta State Police Public Relations Officer told our correspondent that the gang of about 12 men were locked in a gun battle with a team of policemen at about 2 p.m. They eventually abandoned their mission and escaped with bullet wounds. The leader of the patrol team was also injured and is responding to treatment in hospital. Items recovered at the scene include 53 empty shells of AK-47 rifle ammunition, one Mazda 626 car, one Ford Mondeo LX car, and one Pathfinder Jeep and gas cylinders. Also recovered are 2 AK-47 magazines, one containing 4 rounds of live ammunition.
On 30th June 2013, at about 0200 hours at Sterling Bank PSC, Nibsy Road, Asaba, police patrol team from 8th Division, Asaba, had fierce gun duel with a gang of armed robbers numbering about 12 who came in 3 different vehicles in an attempt to rob the bank. Items recovered at the scene were 53 empty shares of AK-47 rifle ammunition. Also recovered from the armed robbers are one Mazda 626 car with registration number Lagos KTU 343BJ, green in color, with 2 gas cylinders, one shifting spanner, and one digger inside. Once again, we state that security is everyone's business. The police cannot do without useful information from members of the immediate communities where these men of the underworld live and operate. The command is ready to carry the war to the criminals' hideout. We are in search of the hoodlums. Medical practitioners with traditional healer in the state are warned to report any person who approaches them for treatment of bullet wound to security agencies.
We're not quite done with the security issues. Persistent smuggling activities make it difficult to establish fixed frontiers in border areas across the country. With the Deputy Controller of Customs for Oyo and Osun Area Command, Richard Oteri, who made the disclosure in an interview with the Channels Television, said there are only 2 approved border stations in Oyo State, while the smugglers have hundreds of points for entry and exit. He suggested re-strategizing even with the meager resources and the need to urgently approve more border stations in strategic points across the country.
A successful custom operation must be intelligence-based, and we are capitalizing on that, and that's the result you are seeing today. You know, the frontier is porous. We have only 2 approved border stations in Oyo axis, and that is Ayegu and Igbokoko. All others, you have quite a lot of entry points. The whole frontier is porous, and the smugglers take advantage of these porous borders to coming into the country. But we are doing our best to ensure that we checkmate them and ensure that they do not succeed in their evil trade.
In neighboring Osun State, the government has joined global efforts to reduce the effects of climate change and has set in motion its own campaign to mitigate global warming by distributing 2.5 million tree saplings across the state. The first phase of the distribution, which began at the Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, is in line with the government's green policy. About 5,000 trees are expected to be planted in each city across the state. It's indeed an ambitious project that seeks to promote extensive planting of trees to counter the consequences of climate change globally. Numerous tree seedlings in their nurseries reflect the extent to which the Osun State government intends to go, and that is further buttressed by the presence of young trees already being nurtured. At the Obafemi Awolowo University, even the venue of Igiye, the Tree of Life launch, is festooned with green plants. It attracts every segment of society, from school children and young people to market women, traditional rulers, the elderly, and everyone else.
We have an urban renewal policy that involves a massive tree planting exercise towards renewing and regenerating our environment. This green policy is already in earnest implementation, with trees and flowers springing up in all our public spheres and spaces.